Hey, everybody make sure they move around and stretch out. Don't leave the premises. Sing a little tune. Make sure you hydrate.
Ladies and gentlemen, the ceremony will begin in 5 minutes. Please take your
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the 4th Battalion, 133rd Field Artillery Regiment Commander, Lieutenant Colonel Malcolm Warbrick, and Command Sergeant Major Roger Branch, I welcome you to the 4th of the 133rd Field Artillery Regiment departure ceremony.
Sir, the battalion is formed.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the invocation given by Chaplain Reynolds and remain standing for the national anthem.
As I pray in my faith tradition, I ask that you join me in yours. Most gracious God, we stand before you today called to serve this great country. We recognize that calling and we answer. But that calling comes at a price. So today I ask for your blessings. I ask for each soldier here the ability to do their job with integrity, expertise, and expediency. For each family and friend, I pray for peace to be their daily companion. And for each community represented, I pray for a network of support to grow within it. Finally, bring us home just as we leave, united under one flag, serving one purpose, to protect all that we love and the freedom to live in that love. God bless the soldiers of the 4th of the 133rd. God bless their families. God bless the great state of Texas. And God bless the USA. Amen.
Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. We are honored to have in attendance numerous special guests of the United States Army, Texas National Guard, and 4th of the 133rd Field Artillery, as well as several VIPs. Please hold your applause until all are introduced. The Honorable John Cornyn, United States Senator, Texas, and his wife Sandy. The Honorable Chip Roy, United States Congressman, Texas 21st Congressional District. The Honorable Donna Campbell, Texas Senate, District 25. Major General retired Joyce Stevens, former commander, Texas Army National Guard. Her husband, Colonel retired James Stryker, and mother, Miss B. Christensen. Major General retired John Nichols, former Texas Adjutant General. Miss Ashley Estep, with the office of Congressman Will Hurd. Brigadier General Carlton Smith, Assistant Deputy Adjutant General Texas, and former commander of the 4th of the 133rd. Brigadier General Win Burkett, Deputy Commanding General Operations, 36th Infantry Division, and his wife, Molly. Mr. Brandon Guyton, with State Senator Donna Campbell's office. Colonel Monty Eulis, Commander, 136th Maneuver Enhancement Brigade. All former officers, non-commissioned officers, and soldiers of the 4th of the 133rd Field Artillery Battalion. Military service is a family affair. Without you at our backs, we couldn't do what we have to do. When someone signs up to serve, they are automatically signing up those who love them as well. Therefore, today's ceremony marks a significant day in the lives of Task Force Deep Strike's family and friends, as well as its soldiers who are leaving. We are honored to have our loved ones here with us today. Will all Deep Strike family please rise and be recognized? The 4th of the 133rd Field Artillery Regiment was activated in 1959 as a 105 and 155 millimeter composite battalion under the 49th Armored Division. In 1963, the 49th Armored Division was reorganized to the 36th Infantry Division, and the battalion transformed to a pure 105 millimeter towed howitzer weapon system. In 1968, the 36th Infantry Division was deactivated, and the 4th of the 133rd Field Artillery was reassigned to the 36th Infantry Brigade until 1973, when the 49th Armored Division was reactivated and transformed to a 105 millimeter self-propelled system. In 2004, the 49th Armored Division was reorganized into the 36th Infantry Division, and the 4th of the 133rd was transformed back to a 105 millimeter towed battalion until 2008, when it was transformed into a high mobility artillery rocket system HIMARS unit. Since its inception, the 4th of the 133rd has supported numerous federal overseas deployments and state defense support to civil authority missions. Most notable recent events include Hurricanes Katrina, Rita, Maria, Ike, Gustav, and Harvey. Task Force Deep Strike will assume responsibility from 327 Field Artillery Regiment in December of 2019 to provide long-range precision fires in support of operations throughout Central Command's area of operations. Deep Strike. Ladies and gentlemen, the Assistant Division Commander for Operations 36th Infantry Division, Brigadier General Win Burkett.
Good morning, everyone. What an absolutely beautiful day. Senator Cornyn, Senator Campbell, Representative Roy, I believe Mayor Houston is going to be here as well. Other very distinguished visitors, guests, ladies and gentlemen, friends of 4th Battalion, 133rd Field Artillery, welcome to this deployment ceremony. Truly, your presence here today honors our soldiers everywhere, but certainly our soldiers and families here today. So thank you. And before I go any further, Caitlin, that was absolutely beautiful. She sang the national anthem. Wonderful job. Caitlin is a senior here at San Marcos High School, part of the wrestling team, and just absolutely knocked that one out of the park. So as I start my remarks today, I want to say Lieutenant Colonel Warbrick and Command Sergeant Major Branch, a special thank you to you and to all of your soldiers for having Molly and I here to share this experience with all of you today. I truly wish every American could witness a deployment ceremony. What they wouldn't see when they got here is all of the months of preparation that got this formation to this point, got families to this point. What they wouldn't see from the moment that the unit started to anticipate their notification of sourcing were the tasks involved in setting the team, making sure that they had all of the right leadership in place, those extended drill weekends that focused on mastering the tasks at the individual soldier level up through the collective level. What they wouldn't see is the additional AT periods. They wouldn't see the additional schooling that was required, the key leader training, numerous exercises to get them to this point. What they wouldn't see is what made every soldier in this formation ready for this moment right now. But what they would see, and it's overwhelming to me, what they would see is they would see the support and the confidence of all of our family members that are here today. Our family members and our employers. And that's what makes it unique when National Guard and the Reserves deploy. You have all endured the sacrifices of those long weekends. You've all endured the sacrifices of your service members, your loved ones, and your employers being away as they had to attend that extra training. And over the months ahead, you will all share in those sacrifices as your loved one, as your soldier, as your fellow co-worker is deployed. I truly wish every American could witness a deployment ceremony. What they would also see, and we see it today, is we look out across this formation and we can see the determination and the pride and confidence in the face of every soldier standing before you. They are ready. What you would also see is the veterans that are here, and it's interesting to me that this falls on a Veterans Day weekend, and it's kind of ironic because the confidence that these soldiers have, it is in knowing that they're the best trained, that they're the best equipped, and they're the best led formation possible. They gain confidence through that. But they also gain confidence in the pride and the trust in the soldiers standing next to them. And here on a Veterans Day weekend, we're all reminded that the confidence in wearing this uniform is because we come from a long line of great Americans, soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines that have served their nation. What an honor it is to wear this uniform. Absolutely. So on behalf of the state leadership and the division leadership, I wish you all Godspeed. We all look forward to witnessing the accomplishments that you will have during your deployment. I know that you are keenly aware of the dangers, and I know that you're keenly aware of the challenges that you will have as you move into this operation. We wish you Godspeed and great fortune. Arrowhead, Duty, Honor, Texas. It is also my privilege today to introduce Senator John Cornyn. Senator Cornyn and his wife Sandy are native Texans, and they're very familiar with deployment ceremonies and the sacrifices that our family makes. Senator Cornyn has dedicated his career in public service to ensuring our soldiers, active duty, Guard, and Reserve.
Since he first served as my Army Congressional Fellow working in Washington, D.C. Well, the first thing that struck me about Malcolm is he has a last name tailor-made for military service, Warbrick. Any enemy in their right mind wouldn't mess with a guy named Warbrick. And if you point that out to him, you'll also discover he has a great sense of humor. My favorite story from the time he served on my staff is when he was at an AUSA dinner and somehow ended up prominently in the background of a picture with the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Now, some people might call that photo bombing, but I like to think of it as seizing an opportunity, right, Colonel? But in all seriousness, it was clear from the start that Malcolm not only wanted to serve his country in uniform, but also learn more about how our system of government operates so he can contribute to the policies that Congress makes as we legislate and serve our nation too. His sound advice on foreign policy challenges, military funding, and veterans affairs was indispensable to helping us find ways to strengthen our military, support our service members, and better serve our veterans. Well, there are a couple of things I find so remarkable about this group of Guardsmen and their mission. First of all, almost all of these soldiers are Texans. That alone tells us an awful lot about the great things they're capable of. And second, they'll be supporting one of Texas's finest fighting forces, Lieutenant General Pat White, and his headquarters from 3 Corps just up the road at Fort Hood are currently deployed as a combined joint task force for Operation Inherent Resolve. No doubt they'll be counting on their fellow Texans to deliver rounds on time and on target. They'll play a key role in executing a theater level mission in one of the most important regions of the world, and I have every confidence that they will represent America well. Each deployment ceremony I've been privileged to attend reminds me of the important role Congress has in making sure that you do have the best training, that you do have the best equipment. And of course, as the General said, we know how incredibly well led each of these soldiers is. But it's also important, as I said, just for all the family and friends who come to see and reinforce and encourage and support these service members. I believe we need to continue to invest in our military because that best ensures the peace and provide the funding and resources. This is Congress's job to make sure you can do your job. Whether that means ensuring you have the most advanced equipment on the battlefield or the financial support to adequately help you support your family here at home, I and my colleagues, like Congressman Roy, will continue to do whatever we can to support you in Congress. And while you are confronting our adversaries overseas, I'll continue to make sure we adequately fund our military. It seems like every time we try to cash the peace dividend, there is no peace. And so the only way that keeps America at peace and not at war is because none of our adversaries want to mess with our men and women in uniform or the United States military or the United States government. So when you all return, we will welcome you back home, and we'll do our part to care for him who shall have borne the battle by providing the Veterans Administration with the resources it needs and holding its leaders accountable for delivery of quality services. But before I go, I want to thank once again the men and women of the 133rd for your willingness to serve our country. May God bless you all. May God continue to bless the United States of America, and go Army.
Ladies and gentlemen, the commander of the 4th of the 133rd Field Artillery, Lieutenant Colonel Malcolm Warburton.
Sir, I didn't know you were going to pull that story out. Chairman Dempsey didn't think it was as funny as the crowd did, so. But it's true, years ago I had the privilege of working for Senator Cornyn, being a fellow on his staff, and I saw firsthand that both he and Sandy worked tirelessly for the state of Texas. He's the epitome of a statesman and a Texan, and he works every day for our soldiers, our veterans, and our families. And for that, sir, and for your support to myself and the Texas Army National Guard, thank you. Thank you, Representative Roy, Senator Campbell. Thank you to the City of San Marcos for always supporting us and our unit. Thank you to General Officers and Sergeant Majors in attendance, General Smith, General Burkett and your wife Molly, Colonel Eulis, Sergeant Major LaMonica, General Nichols, thanks for being here, General Stevens and Colonel Stryker, and B, thank you for being here this morning. Special guests, all the former 4th Battalion Deep Strike soldiers, veterans groups. Specifically, I want to thank some people that helped make today possible. American Legion Post 245 out of Seguin, American Legion Post 177 out of Luling, VFW Post 3413, specifically Bernie Adams and the auxiliary ladies for providing lunches for our soldiers. Thank you to McCoy's, thank you to Sage Capital Bank, Tiff Streets, the Kissing Tree, San Marcos Fire, Police Department, thank you for your support. Yeah, give them a round of applause, thanks. Thank you to the FRGs and for the Yellow Ribbon for taking care of and preparing our families to get out the door. Thank you to the South Dakota RTI. You know, General Burkett mentioned, and it might seem odd that I'm thanking the RTI, but you know, about 50 of our soldiers went through training there, and without them, we wouldn't have a full formation today. Thank you to San Marcos High School and Coach Soto for allowing us to use this field. Thank you to the Texas State ROTC for a terrific color guard. Caitlin, it was said, but it's worth saying again, great job, thank you. Thank you to the 36th Infantry Band over there for gracing us with great music. Yeah. The Commemorative Air Force for a wonderful flyover. When they flew over, the general looked back at me and goes, "Man." And I said, "Yeah, that's how we do it." And finally, thank you to Stretch, Allen, and Lieutenant Bellamy for putting on today. Stretch is the epitome of never quit. We teach Stretch. I looked in the lineage yesterday, which I'm going to give at, and I can confirm that Stretch was not in the battalion in the Civil War. So, Stretch, thanks to Stretch for everything you do for us. It's an honor for me, my wife Charlene, Sergeant Major Branch, and his wife Cindy to be able to lead this amazing team of soldiers. To not only be able to lead them, but to lead them into combat, and most importantly, lead this battalion into combat for its first battalion deployment since World War II. 74 years since this battalion deployed organically into combat. And we get to do that for the mission we're trained to do, which is rocket and missile fire. That's a privilege and an honor that we don't take lightly. Deep Strike, all you soldiers look great today. Thank you for representing us. Thank you for representing the Texas Army National Guard. You're always professionals, and that's why I know this mission will be great. We will all 371 of us will be back before you know it. I'm often asked what we need. While we're gone, we need you to take care of things back home. You being the collective, the continued support of our community, our houses of worship, our friends, and of course our families. More than anything, that's what we need. It's because of your ability to conquer the battles at home that allow us to win the wars overseas. If you do that, then these fine soldiers in front of you will be unhindered to defend our freedoms, win our wars, and do what we do best, which is blow stuff up. God bless Texas. God bless America. Deep Strike.
The very heart of a unit is symbolized by the colors under which the troops serve. The colors stand as a silent reminder of the past glories and traditions, lend inspiration for present endeavors, and shine like a guiding beacon into the future. The essence of the casing ceremony is an event marked by tradition, honor, respect, and sacrifice. The colors will be uncased when the battalion arrives in theater. Tradition holds that the colors lead the unit into battle, emphasized by the regulation containing instructions to color bearers which states, "When in action, resolve not to part with the colors, but with your life." Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the benediction given by Chaplain Reynolds and remain standing for the Army song.
Please receive this blessing. The Lord bless us and keep us. The Lord make his face to shine upon us and be gracious to us. The Lord look upon us with favor and give us his peace. Amen.
We thank you for honoring us with your presence here today and being a part of Task Force Deep Strike's departure ceremony. At this time, all family members and friends may join their soldiers on the field.
Wait,